All right, what's going on YouTube? This is BoxingWave. I just want to talk about tomorrow night's fight. Okay, it's going to be on ESPN. Jesse Hart against Gilberto Ramirez rematch. All right, last year's fight was a pretty good fight. A lot of drama in it. Jesse Hart got hurt very early. He got knocked down, and it took a few rounds for him to recover. But he did come back. Ramirez did get tired, and Jesse Hart was even able to hurt him late in that fight. All right, they gave the decision to the champ Ramirez. At that time, they both were undefeated, and now we're here for the rematch. Okay, they both have been somewhat active. They both had 2 or 3 fights in between the time, so they both been pretty active. First things first, I've seen a lot of Jesse Hart fights. All right, never fought anyone really that great. All right, Ramirez was definitely a step up for him compared to all the people that he's faced. All right, so I've been watching his fights for a little bit, and that was the first time that I seen Jesse Hart really use a lot of lateral movement and try to be like this outboxer. He's pretty aggressive. He likes to come forward. He's a good boxer. It's just that I never seen him fight so fearful before, so careful. He's doing a lot of jabs. He's doing a lot of pot shotting from the outside. Usually he's coming forward, going to the body more, throwing more combinations. He's usually fighting that way. He fought a little too careful, and I understand Ramirez has power. I understand that, and that's the thing with Jesse. Jesse doesn't have the greatest defense. He doesn't move his head. He doesn't move his head at all. So he's there to get hit. Especially if you have power. But in order for him to win this rematch, he's going to have to be a little bit more aggressive in this fight, because Ramirez is not going to respect him enough. And Jesse's not skilled enough to really fend him off and outbox him from the outside for a whole 12 rounds. And waiting for Ramirez to get tired late, yeah, okay, that's possible. I mean, he did get tired in the first fight, but you gave too many rounds up in the first fight. Like, Jesse Hart gave way too many rounds up in the first fight in the earlier rounds. And that's why he lost the decision. I mean, even though he came back, it seemed like whenever Ramirez landed, it hurt Jesse Hart. I mean, Hart was down early, but he never seemed like he never really recovered until the 6th, 7th round after Ramirez started to gas out some. So in this rematch, I think Ramirez, what he needs to do is stop loading up on every shot. That's probably the reason why he got tired. He didn't make any use of his jab at all in this fight. At all. So, in this rematch, he needs to make a better use of his jab instead of just coming forward and just loading up and trying to land one big shot. I understand that he has power. I understand that he was hurting Jesse. But it made him tired, and it made the fight more debatable. Okay? Even though I think Ramirez won, there are people out there that, I was reading some of the comments that people thought that Jesse came back and won the fight. I personally don't, because Jesse gave too many rounds away early, plus he got knocked down. But Jesse needs to do what he does. I get it. He's a good boxer. He could, he has some good lateral movement, some good jabs. That's cool. But it's not going to win you the fight. I think he needs to do a little bit more. I mean, he has to take somewhat of a risk in this rematch in order to win, which is dangerous, because he's there to get hit. He doesn't have head movement. He just doesn't do it. He doesn't have it. So I personally think in this rematch should be a pretty good fight, just like the first one was. I still think that Ramirez is going to win this fight just because of the fact that he's stronger, is more likely to hurt Jesse than the other way around. Jesse could hurt him. Jesse did hurt him in the first round. I mean, in the first fight, towards the end of the fight. But I still think Ramirez is just a little better. I think he's just a little bit more experienced Jesse hasn't really fought any tough fighters, and he's always had his way in these fights before this fight, at least the fights that I've seen. Didn't fight really good fighters, you know, and been waiting. I kind of just like stopped watching his fights for a little while because he kept fighting the same level of opposition, and I was kind of like, all right, when is he gonna step up? You know, I just believe that Ramirez is gonna win this one. I think it's still gonna go to decision. I don't see Ramirez knocking him out. I think Jesse could win by outboxing him and hurting him again, but he has to take a chance. He has to gain some respect from Ramirez because Ramirez is going to walk him down again. And at some point, he's going to hurt him. And I think Jesse feeling his power, this is why I think Ramirez is going to win, because Jesse feeling his power, being knocked down, being hurt throughout the fight, I think it's just going to make him a little bit more cautious. He's not going to be more aggressive in this fight. At least I don't believe he is. If he is, it's not going to be early on, you know? So I think I got Ramirez winning this one again by decision or possibly stoppage. You know, Jesse has a good shot at winning. I think this is like a 60-40 fight. I think Jesse definitely has a shot in winning this fight. It's just that Ramirez is just too strong, too powerful. You know, if Ramirez starts to make a better use of his jab, because that's the one thing that I feel like he needs to do to give him an either slighter edge over the first fight. If he uses his jab in this fight, then he really gets the fight, in my opinion, right? So anyway, that's my pick. It's going to be on ESPN. It's a top-ranked event, and I'll talk to you guys after that fight. All right, peace.